Hey there, YouTube followers. Michael of Painting War Games, and today is Friday the 9th, I believe. Let me check the calendar right here. Yeah, it's Friday the 9th. And so today I'm actually starting a new series that I'm going to call What's on My Table. And I will do it every Friday because it seems like Fridays are going to be the best day for me to get out of work a little early. I get out of work around 3 to get home and work on models and, show you guys what's actually on my table, what I'm doing. So, little quick update. I've actually been out of work most of the week. My left shoulder right here has been in a sling most of the week. I've just taken it out of the sling so that way I can move it around a little bit because it's a little stiff. Um, I pulled a. They believe I pulled a muscle in my rotator cuff. I go back on Monday. Hopefully, it's just it was pulled so that way I can just go back to work next week. It's been feeling a lot better. Still in quite a bit of pain. I had pulled it on Friday night helping a customer take something out of her car, and things happen. I didn't do anything wrong. I was helping the customer. All well and dandy. Everyone's happy with me. Like, hey, thanks for going the extra mile. Sorry you got hurt. And I was originally just going to blow it off until I had a chandelier in my left hand, and I was trying to hang it up, and my arm got a little numb, and it got weak, and I had to call for assistance. Something I've done hundreds of times at my job, hanging a chandelier, because I'm climbing with my right and holding it with my left. We discussed it at my job with my boss, and she's like, hey, why don't you go get checked out? That night, sure enough, they're like, hey, you're out of work for a week. So what have I been doing? And more to the point, what is on my table today? Well, what's on my table today is I'm constructing the last of my fire warriors that I got in the battle force. So all I gotta do is just put on the shoulder pad. I really like the fire warrior models. Just love them. I have the crisis suits, which are going to be the next ones painted. The crisis suits. This is the commander crisis suit, or the leader, because he's got the shield. And I've already started painting him a little bit. The stealth team, both stealth teams, are out in primer right now. So I do have the bases done for the crisis suit team. That's them. That's one. As you can tell, I got a little heavy with the dry brush here, and then on the other side it's a little lighter. So let me show you this one. This one is arguably a little bit better. So this is just the standard. I put some sand down with that super glue that I have, that really thick stuff, and I let it dry for 24 hours because I need it to. And it just sets in there, and then I primed it over with the gray primer I use. And then I just used 3 colors really to get that effect. I used Caliban green for the base. Where's the wash? I used Relic Flush Shade for the wash, and then I just used the dry brush of Zazamil Desert, or Zazamine Desert, whatever that is. And I'm really surprised with the wash. It's supposed to be a flush tone wash, and I want to use brown, but I didn't want to use the standard brown. I was like, this is sort of looks simple. I wanted it to have like a reddish orange hint to it, and then I put the desert color on top, and it really popped it. And I'm really happy. My Pathfinders are actually all done. Got those guys. They're actually in a box in the other room, but I'll have some pictures afterwards at the end of this video to show you guys them. The only thing I have to do is base the drones, because I painted the drones before, because the drones come on stuff like this. So I just took off the drones and just painted them. So I'm just going to go ahead and super glue and then sand, let it dry for 24 hours, and put out the base, or primer. So, of course, since I'm off, hopefully I go back to work on Tuesday. I'm really itching to get back to work. I am so tired of sitting around here. I got out and around today, had to do some errands anyways. Decided to stretch my arm a little bit, particularly the shoulder. It hurts really bad back up in here, so it's a muscle in the back. I can't lift more than 10 pounds, so what is a guy to do all week but paint? So, I did go to the local GW store, and there was guys there, and we're all talking about the Tau stuff, and, the guy's like, oh, I'll sell you a Storm Surge today if you want it. Keep it on the low. And I'm like, nah, I don't want the Storm Surge. I'm just building a Tau Force. I want to get all these small things together. I want to get a lot of my army built and painted before I start getting into like the Riptides and the Storm Surge and what is to come. A couple. I was talking about Fire Warriors. Some of the guys that are up there are like, oh, just wait a week or two. You'll get a new kit. They'll come with the stuff for the breaching team and all that. And I've looked online. And I've seen the spoilers, the pictures, and to be honest, guys, it looks like the exact same damn kit. The only difference is it looks like they actually took the models I've seen have the exact same legs, and they took out these the rifles, the pulse rifles. All the guys have the pulse guns, and I don't like the pulse guns. Not for my Fire Warriors. I want rifles, and I don't care if they don't have them in the future or not. As far as how I'm building them, I want them to have the rifles. Fair enough. And the Fire Warrior team isn't going to have the special antenna on the head, because I got really ticked off of that with the Pathfinders, and Pathfinders will have them. So what I pick up? Another box of Fire Warriors. So what does that conclude for Tau that I have so far? It means I have 2 squads of Fire Warriors, squad of Crisis Suits, 2 squads of Stealth Teams, Piranha, and gosh, I think that's it. And a ton of drones. I have easily, last count the count that's out there right now is 10. I have 10 drones priming. Plus I got these 2 drones right here for the stealth teams. I got 2 of them right here. Gosh, I just got a ton of drones, and I like them. I like drones. Don't get me wrong, I love them. There's just a lot of them. More than I thought, because I've been watching battle reports, and not a whole lot of people use drones, but I don't know. Waiting on the codex to come out. I did talk with the local, the shopkeep there. He's like, oh, you're going to get the special edition? I was like, how much do you think special edition costs? He's like, about 165. I was like, yeah, count me out. I'll just get the straight codex. I don't need, unless something really fancy comes out with the special edition codex for Tau, I don't need it. It's a book to me. I don't need to spend 3 times what it's worth, for me to get some rules, because it's going to come out, it's going to be like 50, 60 bucks, and I don't want to spend 160 bucks. If I'm going to spend 160 bucks, I'd rather spend 50 of it on the codex and get $100 worth of models. Like get 2 or 3 more boxes of Fire Warriors or something, or, get the codex and get a Riptide, for that amount. Like, I'm not all in for dropping huge amounts on one single item. That's why the Storm Surge looks cool, and I'm pretty sure I'll get one in between now and the beginning of the year. I just, it's not worth it to me right now. I'm building the Force. What I really want is the codex and those cards that will come with it. So yeah, because it seems like to me that GW is releasing all these models, and then they're going to release the rules for them later, which is cool. I really like that. That means people are going to buy the models not knowing the rules, so they're going to buy stuff that looks cool and what they think is good, and then the rules will come out and they'll sort of even stuff out with all that. But from my perspective, I think GW is making the right move. Release all the models first, even if they are doing it in 4-week intervals, or they're going to do it in like a 2 to 3 week interval. We'll see tomorrow on Saturday what comes out. Rumor has it that the Tau, the new Fire Warrior clan, or the new Fire Warrior box will come out, will get released. There's a campaign that's going to get released that looks like a bunch of a big box set with some Raven Guard and some Tau stuff. I've had a look at that online, saying that it's going to come, and it's really the Fire Warrior breaching team with Stealth Warriors, a Piranha, an Ethereal, and that's as far as Tau stuff goes. I really didn't see too much on the Raven Guard stuff, and I looked at the captain because it has a really sick looking captain, Shadow something. he is a cool looking model. It makes me want to get the campaign box set, just so I can be like, oh, you know, I have this Space Marine guy that I'm never gonna use. But he's really cool looking, and it's one of those collector figures. Since I am a Space Marine player of Blood Angels, Salamanders are core to my heart. You know, it's something that I could realistically see me buying and painting it up in the Raven Guard style, just to say I have one. You know, like my war boss Iron Grin here from my orcs. I'm not getting rid of him. No, this was a custom build. Him and his little Termagant, or his rip, whatever those guys are, rippers. Those guys are staying on the shelf. Same with the Pain Boy that I have sitting over here. But yeah, so that's what's on. So what is actually on my table? Fire Warriors, another box of Fire Warriors that I'm going to try to get built and assembled. This thing, I think, comes with 2 more drones. Yeah, it comes with 12 guys and 2 fucking drones. I'm going to have drones shooting at my ass, but, you know, hey, you know, I might be able to make something really cool when the Codex does get released. You know, I got a feeling that I know what I want. I want a gun line type army. I want lots of plasma. I want lots of fusion. I want lots of long range type weapons. So, long range heavy hitter weapons. You know, I played against Tau a few times. Fire Warriors always gave me a run for my money because you got within that 15-inch range, and they were rapid fire. They're single shot at 30-inch range, and at that 15-inch range, they're rapid fire, which Space Marines can't touch because their bolters are 24-inch range, and at 12-inch, they're at rapid fire. So, I don't know. I sort of liked it. I think Fire Warriors are going to be a staple in my army. I'm probably going to have 3 or 4 squads of Fire Warriors before it's all done, which makes me sort of wish that I could go out and buy a couple more boxes of these guys. But whatever happens to the Fire Warrior box, you know, whether they get rid of the rifles or whatever, I'm sure I'll find a use for the new ones. Considering that the points did leak for the Breacher team. Excuse me, guys. And they're like 9 points a guy, which is pretty okay. You know, considering Space Marines are 10 points a guy, and they're infinitely better. Or no, Space Marines are 12 points a guy. I don't know. I'd have to go look at the Space Marine Codex. Space Marines are like, I think they start out at base 12 points, 10 or it might be 11. I don't know. But for their cost, 9 points a guy. You know, they're ballistic skill 3, which ain't great, but, you know, considering this isn't Space Marines, you know, they don't have ballistic skill 4. I'm looking for volume of dice, really, with Tau. Particularly, I'm a railgun fan. I love railgun technology, even in real world application. I think railgun technology is something that is going to make a big splash in the future, as far as humans go. But as far as like Tau go, I think railguns will be their strength D weapons. You know, it makes more sense like that. That Eldar got some strength D, and I think the Tau will too. They'll get some sort of strength D weapon, and I get a good feeling that it's going to be some of the railguns. Like the broadsides might go to strength D, which would be incredible. I think that would make broadsides come back really good. Is if the broadsides and the hammerhead railguns were strength D, because I look at battle reports and I see broadsides taking 3 guys, you know, per squad, but they're packing missiles because the missiles are infinitely better. They have longer range, they have better strength, and all yada yada yada. You don't see hammerheads on the field, and it makes me sad because I love the hammerhead model. I will say this: the stealth team and the crisis suit team gave the Tyranid Trigon a run for its money for favorite model to build. The Tyranid Trigon is my favorite model to build, period. I have not found anything better. I love it so much. But even the regular crisis suits that everyone bitches about, they're like, oh, the joints can't bend, this and that. I'm like, these things are awesome. I don't know what y'all are bitching about. I love these things. These things look cool. Sure, it'd be nice if the legs can bend and this and that. and it make it not look like, you know, a rectangular cardboard box. These things are cool. I mean, here, this is another one I haven't even started painting. And I put the guns off to the side, like, you know, like he's going like this, you know, like, you know, mine are gangsters. You know, they're shooting WYSIWYG, so, which makes more sense because now they're ballistic skill 3. If all Tau are, it makes more sense why these guys are, because they're not shooting great, but they're gonna be up on their little spike. Let me see if I can actually put this guy up on his, because I had him on here at once before I put him at the primer. Yeah, see, isn't that cool looking? Like, I think that looks cool, and maybe it's just me, but yeah, all my guys are gonna be floating like that. So, alright guys, I'm sorry to bore you guys. I know this is not a long video. I've been tending to make more videos, longer videos. So every Friday will be what's on my table. If you're, like I said at the beginning, Fridays are a good day to do that. I got a movie I gotta watch tonight. I picked up Tremors 5 Bloodlines. I'm a huge Tremors fan. So yeah, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I can't believe they made a 5th. I hope they make all the way up to 20 of them damn things. Like, I don't know. I'm just a Tremors fan. Michael Gross is one of my favorite actors out there, even though he's in these B-class sci-fi movies. I love him. You know, he's a guy who likes his guns. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna start working on these. I'm building these 14 guys. I just have a plethora of Tau models. Although I will say this before I end, I have conceded to 3 HQ choices. The new one that's I think it's in like a stealth suit version. It sounds like it's another commander, but in like a stealth suit version. It's not Shadow Sun. That's the one I'm looking. That will be launched probably tomorrow with the White Dwarf because I saw the White Dwarf. I'll probably be getting that commander. I'll get a crisis suit commander of some sort. Whether I build one of my own or I wait till the crisis suits get re-updated or the commander suit guy gets re-updated. And then in ethereal, I keep pure net ethereals are great that they can sort of loan their powers out. So yeah, those are the 3 guys: a battlesuit commander, an ethereal, and Shadow Sun. And then yeah, the new stealth suit version. So there's 4. Shadow Sun, I read the rules of the old Tau Codex. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. You know, that I just really like this. So, alright guys, this is Michael of Pain and War Games. I'm signing out. And as always, keep gaming.